Hello and welcome to the news on NTA International. I'm Chine Enwoy. Let's begin with the headlines. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, declares Governor Biodun Oyebanji of the All Progressives Congress winner of Ekiti State governorship election. Military advocates cultural diplomacy in resolving global conflict. And U.S. and Iranian officials arrived in Switzerland for direct talks after signing an initial agreement to end war. Many thanks for joining us. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has declared Governor Biodun Oyebanji of the All Progressives Congress winner of the Ekiti State governorship election. INEC returning officer and Vice Chancellor of Federal University of Technology, Akure, Professor Adenike Oladiji, made the declaration this morning.
That Oyebanji Abiodun Abayomi of APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected.
According to INEC's final results, Biodun Oyebanji of the APC got 319,222 votes, while Wole Oluyede of PDP got 40,543 votes, and LDC's Dare Bejide got 12,872 votes. With this declaration, Governor Biodun Oyebanji has been returned for a second term as governor of Ekiti State. And President Tinubu has congratulated Ekiti State Governor Biodun Oyebanji on his victory in Saturday's governorship election, describing the outcome as a strong endorsement of his administration's performance and leadership. In a statement by his special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, the president also commended the people of Ekiti State for what he described as their peaceful and orderly conduct during the election. President Tinubu praised voters for reposing confidence in the governor, whose victory makes him the first governor in the history of Ekiti State to secure re-election back-to-back. He also lauded security agencies for ensuring a peaceful electoral process and urged the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to sustain efforts towards delivering credible elections. Colombians began voting in a presidential runoff, facing a stark choice between a hard-right, White House-backed lawyer and a leftist senator that will decide the fate of a stumbling peace process and strained ties with Washington. 41 million voters will choose between frontrunner Abelardo de la Espriella and his leftist Pope Leo XIV visits Pavia and Sant'Angelo Lodigiano in northern Italy, urging humanity to work towards peace. Pope Leo says the admonition means no more words of hatred, no more insults, no bullying, no more of all those things that create war between people, between communities, between countries. The pontiff also honors St. Francesca Cabrini, a missionary in the Americas and patron saint of migrants, and the first saint of the United States. She was born in Sant'Angelo Lodigiano in 1850 and died in Chicago in 1917, the Leo's birthplace. He emphasized the importance of purview of university pastoral ministry and dialogue with culture, saying that study and scientific work challenge believers to offer a faith capable of eliminating the human search for truth and justice. Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu celebrates the love, strength and sacrifice of fathers across Nigeria and around the world. This is in her message marking 2026 Father's Day celebration, where she applauded their vital role in shaping the character, confidence and future of their children, while helping to build strong families and stronger communities through their guidance, protection and dedication. The day honors all fathers, father figures, role models, and mentors who show up each day, working to provide for their families. The First Lady notes and prays that fathers continue to be a source of wisdom, strength, and an inspiration to the society. Fatherhood, beyond providing material needs, is a responsibility built on love, guidance, protection, and emotional support. This seeming definition is resonating as the global community marks the Father's Day, where attention is again drawn to the role of fathers in shaping families and society. While many questions come to mind on a day like this, some people are seeking answers on who really is a father. Kelvin Samuel reports.
For generations, fathers have been seen primarily as providers and disciplinarians in the home. The mere voice around the home brings confidence, stability, focus, and restraint, not forgetting discipline. Beyond the seed-producing being, what is a father in a home where he is present without presence?
The father is a stabilizer in the family.
So your father is someone who draws you when you're going astray.
That is someone that takes responsibility.
Experts, while defining the role of a father in raising responsible children and a healthy society by extension, says the family remains the first institution where values, character, and social behavior are developed.
Every man that has developed himself to become a father should take responsibility in all the areas, because it's not just enough for us to have children. It is important that these children are trained and groomed to become worthwhile members of the society.
While fatherhood comes with many responsibilities, many men have continued to confront economic pressures, changing family structures, and the demand to balance work and family lives. Meanwhile, stakeholders say understanding the rights and obligations of fathers is important in providing healthier family relationships.
People seem to delegate or even run away from their responsibility as fathers, putting that responsibility on our wives and our children. No, those people were supposed to complement our efforts, our role as a responsibility.
A father who is worth celebrating is a father at home. He is a father who shows commitment not only to the wife but also to the children.
As a father, we must take care of our house. We must give our children a good education so that tomorrow they will become what we want them to become.
As families celebrate fathers around the world, one message is clear. Fatherhood is not only about providing a home or meeting financial needs, but about building relationships, inspiring values, and leaving lasting impact on future generations. To the responsible fathers, this is another time to receive your flowers. Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
In today's security environment, strong military alliances are not only built through joint exercises and intelligence sharing, but also through mutual understanding among nations. The National Defense College is leveraging cultural diplomacy to deepen these relationships as participants of Course 34 celebrate the International Day. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports.
A colorful display of culture, tradition, and international friendship as participants of National Defense College Course 34 marked the International Day and Cuisine. The event brought together military officers from Nigeria and allied countries in a showcase of their national identities through traditional attire, cultural performance, and cuisines unique to their respective countries. Beyond the celebration of diversity, the event underscores the strategic importance of military diplomacy by promoting friendship, trust, and mutual respect among officers from different countries.
The presence of international participants at the college is particularly noteworthy. It reflects the confidence that friendly nations continue to repose in the institution and reinforces its status as a platform for fostering international cooperation and understanding.
Through our traditions, cuisines, languages, arts, and customs, we share the stories of our peoples and gain deeper appreciation of one another.
the training partnership has been established.
Okay.
Because about 20 allied friends that we have as students have displayed their food, their cultural artifacts, and so their presence here, and when they go back home, will make our relationship stronger.
As officers continue their strategic training at the college, the friendships forged through events like this are expected to outlive the course, contributing to stronger defense partnership and enhanced regional and global security cooperation. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
10 years of Brexit, what has changed? And should Britain rejoin the EU? There's and more stories from around the world by Comfort Fashion.
All right, let's take you around the world in just a few minutes. U.S. and Iranian officials have arrived in Switzerland for direct talks after signing an initial agreement to end the war last week. The deals include a commitment to reach a final agreement within 60 days, as well as an end to hostilities on all fronts, including in Lebanon, and the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. But ongoing clash acted as a mediator throughout the war and hosted a previous round of negotiations between the U.S. and Iran. Well, now to the UK. 10 years after Britain voted to leave the EU, pro-EU demands to return are growing louder. But with Sir Keir Starmer's leadership hanging by a thread and Nigel Farage's Reform Party surging, the fight over Brexit is reshaping British politics. Now, who is caught in the middle? Sir Keir Starmer. His government says no to rejoining, pointing to last year's EU reset deal. But his own voters want more. 2/3 of Labour supporters back a second referendum. And the polling shows it's the only EU policy that would boost Labour's support, even among some Reform and Conservative voters. Let's now bring you to Africa. The United Nations top refugee official is in Ethiopia to launch a plan to integrate over 1 million refugees. So on a lighter note, wrapping cooked rice is a time-honored tradition, celebrated across continents with diverse culinary styles. While some cultures favor banana or corn leaves, in Nigeria, a plant known as ewenro in the Yoruba language is also a popular choice. And that is it on Global Updates. I am Comfort Fashim.
Thank you so much, Comfort. And you're still on to the news on NTA International. We'll take a breather here. There'll be more news when we return. Many thanks for staying on. The Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, has honored the Director General of the Department of State Services, DSS, Adeola Oluwatosin Ajayi, for his leadership in strengthening collaboration between security agencies and the media with the Man of the Year Award. Haman Jabani reports.
The Nigerian Union of Journalists' decision to honor DSS Director General was framed as an affirmation that partnership, openness, and mutual respect between the media and security institutions are vital to protect lives, preserve democratic space, and advance nation building. The leadership of the union disclosed this while addressing the media on recommendations of the National Security Summit with the theme Media and Security Agencies as Partners in Nation Building. The investiture believes to recognize more than a title, but to honor a leadership approach that values engagement, transparency, and partnership.
Under his leadership, the DSS has continued to promote constructive interactions between media stakeholders, recognizing that responsible journalism and effective security management are complementary pillars of national stability. The support for the initiatives that encourage dialogue rather than suspicion and partnership rather than confrontation has contributed significantly to the creating a more conducive atmosphere for operations in national interest.
Key recommendations adopted at the summit include institutionalizing structured dialogue between media and security agencies, improve proactive and transparent communication from security services, strengthen fast check and ethical standard in journalism, expand joint training for journalists and security communicators. The summit urged increased government investment in education, youth empowerment, state-owned media, and enhanced funding for security agencies to procure modern technology and logistics. Hamad Jabani, NTA News.
The Kebbi State Police Command has deployed tactical teams to Samaya town following an attack by suspected terrorists. A statement issued by the Police Public Relations Officer, CSP Bashir Osman, the attackers were said to have fired sporadically and set ablaze a makeshift checkpoint belonging to the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, a local brothel and a residential building, while one person was also abducted during the incident. According to the statement, the Commissioner of Police directed the immediate deployment of additional security personnel to protect lives and property, while investigations and efforts to rescue the victim and apprehend the perpetrators are ongoing. The command assured residents of Samia and surrounding communities of sustained security operations and urged members of the public to remain calm and vigilant. President Bola Tinubu has congratulated the Obi of Onitsha, Nnemeka Alfred Achebe, on his 85th birthday, describing the revered monarch as a symbol of unity, grace, and integrity, whose contributions have strengthened national cohesion and community development. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, the President paid tribute to the traditional ruler's distinguished record in both corporate leadership and stewardship of traditional institutions, noting that his life exemplifies service, excellence, and commitment to nation building. He described the Obi of Onitsha as a symbol of unity, grace, and integrity, and saluted him as a foremost traditional ruler in the southeast, a corporate leader and an oil and gas expert, and a respected boardroom figure. The President joins the royal family, the people of Onitsha and Anambra State, in wishing Igwe Achebe many more years of good health and strength, continues to provide leadership for his community, state, and nation. And Nigeria's Vice President Kashim Shettima led state governors, members of the Federal Executive Council, political leaders, and other stakeholders to a special prayer in honor of late Habibat Mogaji, mother of President Bola Tinubu, which held at the National Mosque in Abuja. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports.
Islamic scholars with other religious groups across the country gather at the Abuja National Mosque to pray for late Alhaja Abibat Magaji and the country for peaceful coexistence and tolerance among Nigerians. Ibrahim Kabir Masari, Special Advisor to the President on Political and Other Matters, organized the prayer session, a day to remember a grassroots mobilizer of repute, Alhaja Abibat Magaji, who passed 13 years ago.
I am pleased to announce that I have concluded arrangement for the establishment of Alhaja Dr. Abibatu Magaji Islamic Learning and Research Center, dedicated to the promotion of Islamic scholarship, knowledge, innovation, and intellectual development. This institution, which shall be commissioned soon, is envisioned as a center of excellence for learning and research.
May Allah grant the family she left behind the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. And may Allah usher in an era of peace, stability, and unity for our great nation. Inshallah, 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 we shall soon have an enduring peace, stability, and prosperity in this our great nation. I want to once again, on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, to thank you all for coming to grace this function. And I'm wishing you all a safe trip back to your respective destination.
Late Alaja Abibotu Magaji, a respected grassroots mobilizer, was the Iyaloja General till she departed in 2013 at 96. In Abuja, Abraham Jibrila, NTA News.
May our soul rest in peace, amen. And this is where we end the news. Many thanks for watching.